My braai is not complete without Bovril. One of my favorites to make, beef sosaties. This is precisely because it's got so many elements to it. It's got a lot of color, it's veggies and meats, and it's got sweet, sour, spicy, and it is always fun just skewering the meat onto the skewers. We've got our 8 long skewers here, which we're going to be using for the sosaties. And then we've got our vegetables. We've got our beautiful robot peppers, which is green, yellow, and red. We've got our red onions. And then we've got our marinade, which is grated onions, chopped garlic, some chopped parsley, and also thyme, and fruit chutney. And our star of the show, of course, Bovril. This is what takes it to that different level. Give it that umami taste. Give it that beautiful brown color on it, but it also enhances the flavor. And my choice of meat is sirloin, precisely because it's got fat and a lot of meat on it, so it also gonna taste nice when it's skewered, when you have it in your mouth with your vegetables, your onions, and that sweet, sour, savory taste. Okay, firstly, we start with the meat. I like the fat side to be at the bottom of the skewer, and then the next part would be your pepper, any color that you choose. And these you don't have to make the same. You can make them look different, but if you want to make them look uniform, you can always do that. And then another piece of meat. Obviously not all the pieces of meat have fat on them, but then you can interchange. Like I said, it's fun because you can play with it, but the combination of fat on meat onto the skewer is always key, so that everything is moisturized, everything gets all the flavor. So when you take it out, you get all of those taste and flavors in one bite. The last piece of meat there, that's got the fat side on it. And in order to protect that, I would always add another pepper and some onion just to close it off. Always depends on the size of the onions or the vegetables that you get, but you just try and generally get all of them looking all uniform and looking the same. So that's my one part that I've completed, and then I'm gonna do the rest. But as you can see, it's layers of vegetables and meat, also the fat side of it, just so that everything is all moisturized once you start cooking, when the fat starts melting and getting into the meat. And then we're gonna finish it off by brushing it with the marinade once I've mixed it. So after this, salt and pepper as usual. Seasoning, very important. But all of this is also to extract all the juices from the meat and make it tender, but also flavorsome. But there's a lot of flavor that's still going to be packed from the marinade that we're going to do with Bovril. Seasoned on one side, and we turn them. It's always good to put them in a line like this so you can see exactly what you've done, that you can keep track of what needs to happen next. We're only going to season on 2 sides, and then the rest will be applied by the marinade that we're going to put onto the sosaties. It's going to be great. Sweet, sour, savory. So what is going to go into the marinade? Grated onion, some chopped garlic, thyme, parsley, fruit chutney, and beefy Bovril. Okay, we start with the grated onions. And then some chopped up garlic into the bowl, some thyme, chopped up parsley, fruit chutney. You need that sweetness, but it goes very well with the sweetness from the peppers and the red onion. And then we're gonna add in some Bovril for that extra flavor. And pour and twist. Perfect. Like I told you, our scientists have proven this. Okay, and then lastly, we're just gonna add some oil just to bring everything together. And we're gonna whisk this together just to combine all of these flavors. looking great. Once all of this is combined, and what we do now is just to brush on the marinade onto the skewers, which will cover all sides and make sure that it touches the meat, touches the vegetables. Flavor penetrates into all parts of the sosatie. Doesn't this look great already? Yep. Okay, put that in there and then we carry on with the rest. So all of this marinade that is in here is also going to be used at the end of grilling, where we're going to brush it onto the skewers that are cooked already. It's just going to enhance that flavor and just give it a final coating before we serve. Now there we have it, all our sosaties seasoned, marinated, looking professional and looking great, attractive colors. And now this is going to sit for the flavors to blend in properly into the vegetables and the meat, and then we're going to put it onto the flame and let it sizzle. These are looking great and juicy.